Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video. Today we have the Ergotune Supreme version 3. Now this obviously is the third version of their Supreme chair, a very popular chair here in Singapore. This is an ergonomic chair that is mostly made out of a mesh material that's great for Singapore weather where it's hot and humid. But more importantly, the improvements to this version 3 includes a new lumbar support system as well as some new headrest adjustment options. Not only that, this chair will be available in 3 different sizes ranging from a small, medium to large. Now this will allow customers to buy the chair that's more suited to their size, and that ultimately gets you a better fit because not one chair fits everyone. Now not only do they come in 3 different sizes but also 3 different colors to better suit different environments and different styles. But today I'm going to take a look at this chair and give you guys an in-depth review, really go down to what's great and what's not so great about this chair. Some of the things from the previous version still annoys me and I'll get to that in a bit. But a big thank you to Ergotune for sending me this chair. If you guys want to pick one up for yourself, links will be in the descriptions below. Now, first of all, let's talk about what makes an Ergotune chair great. First of all, it's more affordable than your very expensive high-end chairs such as Herman Miller's or Steelcase. This is within most price ranges of people, and that's obviously arguable. Like, you know, what's affordable to me might not be affordable to you, but this is generally around the more affordable price range. Now, what you're getting from a chair like this is obviously comfort and ergonomics. Now, I've used the Ergotune chair for quite a bit, the version 1 and version 2, and then passed it on to my brother and my father to use, and both of them had no issues with the chairs over the past years. Now, the version 3 on the other hand comes with some improvements that may or may not suit some of you. Now, the first thing of course is the new lumbar system. Now, this lumbar system is known as the Atlas. It is a separate lumbar support system that's detached from the main backrest. Now, this lumbar system is one of the more aggressive ones out of all the other chair, and by aggressive I mean it really pushes against your lower back. So for those of you who want a more aggressive lumbar support system, this might be the chair for you. Now, this section of the lumbar support is also in mesh, so it's really nice that it conforms to the shape of your body and gives you a very neutral support when you're leaning into it. There is an adjustment knob on the side, but this isn't a tension adjustment, it's more of a spring limiter. What that basically means is that you're able to lean back on this lumbar support and it kind of moves back and forth. The knobs basically allow you to set a limit to which this lumbar support will stop at. Now, in my opinion, a more useful adjustment would be the tension adjustment. That's basically telling the chair how much force you want to put on your lumbar. That would have been a lot more useful than a limiter. But that of course would also raise the price of the chair. So, you know, you're paying for what you get. And I guess Ergotune went with a limiter because the mesh actually does give you some leeway in the amount of strength that the lumbar is pushing back on your back. Now, although the lumbar support is separate from the main backrest, the height adjustment of the entire thing still works as one. Which brings me to my next point, the backrest height adjustment. They are still keeping to the old mechanics of raising it step by step, and the last step just resets the whole backrest back to 0. And that's really annoying because if I want to get the backrest to the maximum height, I never know when to stop raising it up before it hits the top and resets to the bottom again. And that's really annoying because what if I want to adjust the backrest to the maximum height and not knowing where the maximum height is, hitting the top just resets the whole backrest down to the bottom again. So I feel this mechanism is one of the most annoying things about the Ergotune chairs. Not such a huge deal if you find your ideal height, but for me I found it pretty annoying, especially when I move the chair around. Sometimes I lift it up a bit and it just kind of resets the whole backrest height. So hopefully that's another part of the chair that they can improve on in the next version. Now, moving upwards slightly, we have the armrest. Now, the armrests on the Ergotune chairs are one of the more interesting ones out there. It has this very free moving flexibility that I at first thought was a bit loose, but they've tightened it now and it's a lot more easy to use, more friendly, and it doesn't move out of place that easily. Now, this armrest adjustment gives you a lot of flexibilities in the angle of your armrest as well as the height and of course the depth. One of the great features that was brought on from the previous models is of course the seat depth adjustment. Now, this is something that I feel is always very important in any chair, giving you the ability to adjust the seat that allows you to get a better fit and allows you to sit properly on your chair. Now, pairing this with Ergotune's 3 different sizes that they're coming out for the V3, this makes it a lot more likely for you to find the right chair for your size. So again, a really good move by Ergotune to make 3 different size chairs, sort of following the model of Herman Miller creating their 3 different size Aeron chairs. Another thing that they brought on from previous models is of course the material of this chair, which is the mesh backing and seat. Now, like I said before, this is great for humid weathers here in Singapore. It gets really hot in the afternoon and you want a breathable chair at home or even at the office. So when people ask me what chairs are the best for, working from home, I usually say if you're living in Singapore, get something with a mesh. Don't get some kind of fabric that will heat up over time as you sit on it. Now moving to the top of the chair is of course the new and improved headrest. Now Ergotune is calling this a tri-tune headrest, so it has a lot more adjustments than the previous models. Now this includes raising and lowering of the entire headrest as well as a depth adjustment. So in case you're someone like me who likes to sit a bit more leaned forward, you can always adjust the depth of the headrest to meet your head at the back of your neck. Lastly, at the top of the headrest, you get this whole segment where you can still do a bit of micro adjustments in the height, but you also get this tilt feature where it's able to conform to your neck shape and give you a lot more better comfort, especially with the mesh material. Now, they have done a lot of improvements. They've actually sent me this headrest to pair with the older model before the release of this, and it had quite a bit of squeaking, and I've given them feedback and they've immediately improved it. So this one's a lot better. There's no squeaking at all, so that's really good. But the one thing I need to be really critical on is that the height adjustment on this is actually pretty violent. There isn't a soft way to do it. You kind of have to push it and pull it to get the clicks in, and that's not a really safe way. You might actually get your fingers caught in between this thing, so I don't think that's the best way to do this mechanism, and hopefully they can improve on that. Another thing that's kind of linking to this height adjustment is that when I was trying to adjust the height and moving the headrest blindly from the back, I couldn't really tell which of the height adjustment parts I was adjusting because it was just the whole thing moving all at once, so there isn't much control there. I wish they would have done a similar locking mechanism like the depth adjustment, pushing down a button to release the adjustment. Putting that on the other parts of the adjustments would make it a lot more lockable and a lot more safe to adjust. So all in all, I think Ergotune is one of the more affordable chairs that you can get now for your working from home situation, or even if you're in the office. This is a very breathable chair that's really comfortable, and they are constantly making upgrades, so you can always look forward to the next version. But the version 3 for now is coming in with a very strong lumbar support, especially for those of you who really like that. I would say that there are some improvements to be made based on just very critical thinking of all these mechanisms. But hopefully this review gives you more information and helps you understand this chair a bit better. If you have any questions, do leave it in the comments below. I'll try my best to answer them. If not, you can always head down to the Ergotune showroom to try this out for yourself. So once again, a big thank you to Ergotune for sending me this chair. I'll leave the product links in the description below, so do check it out. If you guys want to know more about their other products from their sister company Ergotune, I've also done a review on the Ergotune Plus Max. So that's probably another product that you might want to check out. It's also part of this whole ergonomic ecosystem that they want to create. But yes, that's it for this whole review. I hope you guys have found it interesting. Do give it a like if you like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.